we're going to begin. So today, we're going to learn about what to do in an emergency. And we're going to learn about CPR. I know, Ellie, I'm just about to explain to them what it is. CPR stands for, it's big words here, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Basically, it means that you're going to help somebody who's not very well, somebody that's not breathing, that you can't wake up, Ellie. And we're also going to remember we're not alone. Today we've got some helpers here. We've got Anne, she's asleep again. We've also got Junior Anne over here. We've got Baby Anne, and we've also got Ted, who's going to come and help Ellie and I talk to you about what to do in an emergency and how to help somebody who's not going to be breathing, okay? So let's start off with, what is first aid? Can any of you tell me what first aid is? Go on, shout at me. What is first aid? Huh? Well done, okay. Ellie's got something. Ellie said it's the first thing we do. We are the first person there trying to help somebody. Well done. But there's going to be times where we're thinking we don't need to be the only person. We might shout for someone to come and help us. Or if it's someone very seriously ill, we are going to call a very special number. Can anyone remember what number we need to call if someone's very, very ill? Well done. Hopefully you all remember from yesterday. Hopefully you know anyway. It is 999 or 112. So this is a number we need to call when someone is very, very ill. Now this is if you're in the UK. If you're watching from anywhere else outside the UK, then you must make sure you know what number to call in your emergency. I'm going to tell them. Ellie's very impatient. Okay, so we must make sure we call them when it's serious because the ambulances are very busy at the moment. So we only must make sure it's serious. So it's not one of those small ouchies we had yesterday. It's not one of those. And it's not if we've got a sore throat. It's when we are very seriously ill. So maybe we have a really big ouchie, you know, and the person says they feel dizzy and then they fall down. Maybe then. Or maybe you can't wake them up. That's when we must make sure we call the number. What number do we call? You got it. Hopefully they all got it as well, Ellie. Yeah, we call 999 or 112. Right, so we've just covered what number to call in an emergency. And we made sure that in the UK we can use these two numbers here, 999 and 112. And if you're outside the UK, make sure you know what number you need to call. But we only call them when it's serious, okay? So let's talk about the most serious case. And we're going to use Anne here to demonstrate. So the most serious case is when someone isn't breathing, when we really can't wake them up, okay? And we're going to make sure that when we do call 999, we're going to tell them exactly what is wrong, because that's important. We must make sure we say what's wrong with the person and why are we calling them, and then we must tell them where we are. Now hopefully you all know your address, and if you don't, make sure you speak to your older siblings, you tell your younger ones, or parents and carers at home. Make sure they all know their address because they must be able to give their address. I know, that's what I was just about to say. So we must make sure we look for signs all around us to see if we know where we are. Or maybe there might be landmarks. And by landmarks, I mean churches, schools, maybe there's a shop. And if there's still nothing like that, maybe you can see somebody walking around, or maybe you can just knock on their door if it's safe for you to do so and just say, help, can you tell me where we are? Or if you have a smartphone, Ellie, you could have a look on your smartphone on a map to see where you are. Right, so now we know what number to call, 999 or 112 in the UK, and we know what we need to tell them. We need to tell what is wrong with the casualty, i.e. the person that's ill, and we must make sure we tell them where we are. Right, so this person here, we're going to talk about CPR then, for someone that you really can't wake up. So make sure one of you's laying on the floor. Hopefully you've got that into position now. And I want you to remember these words here. Ellie, they can't see if you do that. Oh, see, Ellie's so naughty today. Okay, I want you to remember doctors ABC. Okay, so if I move that a bit closer, hopefully you should be able to see that. So doctors ABC. D stands for danger. R stands for response. S stands for shout for help. A for airway. B for breathing. And C for call 999. And we're going to talk about each one of those as we go through. So I want you to remember doctors ABC. Ellie, do not forget. Doctors ABC. Shout it out. Hopefully they're shouting it out because I know you don't shout, do you? Okay, so first thing we need to do is check the area for danger. Now Ellie, have a look round. Is there any danger? Oh, there's danger there, look, there's an iron. So make sure I turn this iron off because I don't want to burn myself. Look Ellie, oh no, we said turn it off. So make sure you turn it off. Okay, and we're going to push it out of the way. Yeah, because I need to make sure it is safe before I start touching them. Okay, so we've done D for danger. It is now safe. And then we're going to check for a response. So we're going to shout and see if we can wake them up. We're going to go, hello. Well, Ellie, you can't shout, can you? It's only me that can shout. Why are you trying to shout? You can only whisper. Silly Ellie. Okay, so I will do that bit. Okay, ready? Hello, can you hear me? Wakey, wakey. Oh, that doesn't work. So maybe we'll give them a little bit of pain. Or just see if they can respond in any way. Okay, so let's do that again. So we're going to do the doctor bit first. So danger and response. So Ellie, check the air for danger. Good, it's all safe. Now we're checking for response by going, hello, wakey, wakey. Give them a little bit of pain. There's no response, Ellie. So what does the S stand for? Good, so shout for help. Help! Help! Nice and loud, because you want someone to come and help you right now. And then the next thing we need to do is the ABC bit. Can we all see the ABC bit? So A stands for airway, B for breathing, and C for call 999. Okay, so we've got danger, response, shout for help, Ellie. It's a lot to remember, isn't it? That's the doctor's bit done. Okay, right, Ellie, I'm just going to sit you over here so you can watch this bit in a minute. Okay, so just go over there, Ellie. Right, so when I say open the airway, what I mean is you need to open this bit, not the mouth. So I'm going to put my hands on this person's head. So can you make sure that the person on the floor, or you can do it on your teddy. If you've got on your teddy, you can just tip the teddy's head back, that's fine. You're going to put your hands underneath the chin and one on the forehead. And you're going to lift the head all the way back. So this bit here opens. Now if you have a look at this picture here, Ellie, they can't see if you do that. You keep doing that. But if you can see on this picture, there's something blocking the airway when it's laying flat. On the picture over here, you can see that actually when the airway is open, that thing is not blocking it anymore. Does anybody know what that thing is called? Well done. That thing is called the tongue. The tongue is the only muscle that's attached by one end. And as you can see here, when the airway is closed, like Anne's is, the tongue can block that airway. But if you can open it by putting the head all the way back, you can move the tongue out of the way. So let's do this together. So remember, one of you's on the floor, the other one's going to be the first aider, and it can be the teddy on the floor. We're going to check the air for danger. We're going to go, hello, can you hear me? Wakey, wakey. Give them some pain. No response, so we're going to go, help. And then we're going to tip their head back to open the airway. Okay, so that's doctors and then A. Now, we're going to do B for breathing. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my cheek all the way over, mouth and nose, and I'm going to look at their belly, I'm going to listen, and I'm going to feel for them breathing. Now, if you have no one there, and it's just your teddy on the floor, maybe you can then practice your own breathing. So if you put your hand on your belly, and breathe in and breathe out, you should be able to hear yourself breathing. You'll also be able to feel it, and also, I can see that I'm breathing as well. Now, whether you're doing this on yourself or on somebody else on the floor, I'm going to say start and I'm going to say stop, and I want you to be able to count how many big breaths that you do in those 10 seconds that I'm going to count for you. So, there, that's one. Now, Ellie, you're going to watch me and I am going to time it for everybody. So I'm going to say start and stop for everybody. You're going to count my breaths, okay? So you can do it to someone on the floor or you can do it to yourself. But I want you to tell me at home how many breaths you guys are doing. Okay, are we ready? And start counting their breaths now. And stop there. Okay, that was 10 seconds. Go on. Ellie, did you watch me? How many breaths did I do? Oh, Ellie's right. I counted my own and Ellie also counted. And I breathed 3 times in that time. How many times did you guys breathe? Now, I'm an adult and I breathe between 2 and 4 times. So if you were looking at your mum, your dad, your parents, your carers on the floor there, or an older teenager sibling, they'll be breathing roughly 2 to 4 times. But if you were counting yourself and you're under 10, or somebody else that's under 10, they're going to be breathing probably a little bit more than that. So when we know they're breathing, great news. But today, we're going to learn what to do if someone's not breathing. So this time, the person on the floor is going to hold their breath for us. Okay, Ellie? So I can use my teddy for this because my teddy is not breathing. So we're going to put it all together. We're going to do doctors and then we're going to do A, B. So we're going to check the area for danger. We're going to check for a response. Hello, Ted, can you hear me? Wakey, wakey. I'm going to shout for help. Help, help. Then I'm going to open your airway. And I'm going to look and see if you're breathing for 10 seconds. Oh, there's no breaths. They're not breathing. So the next thing I need to do then, I need to do number C, or letter C, should we say. Ellie, they can't see. So which is call 999 because this is really serious and I must start CPR. So remember, we call 999, we tell them, what do we need to tell them? Well done, you're getting good at this. We tell them what is wrong. So we say they're not breathing. And then we say that we live in, and you must make sure you say your address, so they know where to come. And then you're going to start CPR. Now when we practice, because at the moment we're only practicing, we can't practice on a real person because we're going to hurt them. So this real person must get up and you must make sure you've got your cushion on the floor instead, or your teddy on the floor, okay? So I'm going to practice on this one because Anne, well, she's not real, so I can practice on her, but please do not practice on each other. I've just told them that, Ellie. Just make sure they understand. Do not practice on each other. Older siblings, parents and carers, make sure they're not practicing on each other. They must have their cushion to do this with, okay? So Ellie, you sit over there. So on your cushion or your teddy, all I want you to do, you're going to put one hand on top of the other hand, like so, and you're going to push down like so, okay? And you're going to do that lots of times. Now I'm just going to show you on this mannequin here. So my hands are here on the centre of their chest, or on your cushion. You're doing a cushion on home. And I'm going to push down 30 pumps. Now I like singing a song, so I'm going to sing. This is for you, Ellie. I'm going to sing Ellie the Elephant twice. So I'm going to go, Ellie the elephant packed a trunk off the circus. Off she went with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. Ellie the elephant packed a trunk went off the circus. Off she went with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. Now I sang that twice. Not very well, I understand, but I sang that twice, and that is actually 30 compressions, or in simple language, we pump 30 times. Now you can sing lots of other songs, or you can put music on in the background. For example, do you know Baby Shark song? You can maybe do it at that speed, but you have to push down 30 times. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to give them 2 breaths, okay? I know, and he just said yuck. I know, but it's important. We need to give them some oxygen. Now if this is someone you know, that's okay. But if it's someone you don't know, then you might want to use something like you see on TV, like a big mask, or maybe you have a face shield that you can use, especially if it's someone you don't know. And if it's someone you don't know, just keep on going singing Nelly the Elephant by pumping. But if it is someone you know, Ellie, it is important to do it. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Now you can't do this on a cushion, and you're not going to practice on anyone else, but I just want to show you, so you're just going to watch this bit. So open the airway, pinch, open the mouth. Look away. And then you're going to get back on and you're going to sing Nelly the Elephant. Now there's so much to remember, but shall we see if we can do all that together? Okay, so the very first thing we need to remember is danger. So doctors, ABC. So we're going to check the air for danger, and you can help me, Ellie. Have a look around, check the area for danger. Okay, now, hello, wakey, wakey, rise and shine. No response. Help, help, shout for help. And then we're going to open the airway and we're going to see if they're breathing. No, they're not breathing. So now we must make sure we call 999. You tell them where you are and you've got somebody that's not breathing. And then we're going to start our compressions again. Center the chest, and we're going to sing the song. So sing with me. Remember, you're doing this on a cushion. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk, went off the circus. Off she went with a trumpety trump. Trump, trump, trump. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk, went off the circus. Off she went with a trumpety trump. Trump, trump, trump. I'm sorry, my singing's terrible, I know. Go over here, open and blow. And you keep on going. Right, let's go through the whole thing. What number do we call if we need the ambulance? Shout it out. Perfect, that's the number we call. And what's those words we need to remember when we come across somebody that's just laying down that you can't wake up? Well done, yes, it's doctors, ABC. And how many times do we need to push down on their chest, Ellie? Perfect, we do 30 pumps, and if you feel able to, you're going to try and do 2 breaths, but only if you feel you're able to. If not, just keep pushing up and down on their chest, okay? And you can sing songs like Ellie the Elephant or Baby Shark Song and other songs as well that you can maybe sing. Oh, I need to tell them that. Yes, you are right. Now, when I was doing it on this mannequin, because this is a mannequin, it's not a real person, but imagine this was a real person, you heard it cracking. That cracking noise is okay. Please don't worry if you did it on somebody and you hear cracking noise, that's okay. Just keep on going. Just keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and make sure you keep on going or someone else takes over from you until the ambulance turns up, okay? Now, we will talk about AED in another session a bit later on, but that was how to help somebody who's an adult. Now, let's say, hopefully it will never happen, but let's say that you come across a child or baby, and hopefully this will never happen, but at least you'll know what to do if it did happen. So we've got my baby here. Let's say you come across they're not breathing, you can't wake them up. You do exactly the same as we did before. We check the area for danger. We try and wake them up by tickling them. They don't wake up. And then we need to see if they're breathing. Okay, this baby's not breathing. So what number do we call, Ellie? Yeah, we have to call the ambulance. Remember, we've got to be very brave because it's upsetting, but we're going to be very, very brave. Aren't we, Ellie? Good girl. And then, so we've called the ambulance, we've told them where we are. And then with a baby and also a child, like some of you are, under 10, you're going to do something a little bit different. You're going to do 5 big breaths first, okay, Ellie? And then everything else is the same. So we're going to go 1 breath, 2 breaths, 3, 4, 5. And then on a baby, because a baby's smaller, we only use 2 fingers. And we're going to push and push and push and push and push and push 30 times. And we're going to sing those songs. But you've got to make sure you've called the ambulance. You didn't remind me, Ellie. Honestly, make sure you do call the ambulance when you know someone's not breathing. Okay? And you just keep on going. Now with a child, you can use 1 hand if you're an adult doing it. But if you're not strong enough, you can then still use 2 hands on a child, okay? Because you need to push down really hard on them. Now, can I just say, guys, thank you so much for listening. We've covered a lot just then, and hopefully you're going to remember. Hopefully you're going to remember this is a number to call. Hopefully you're going to remember doctors ABC, and you're going to remember you do 30 pumps and 2 breaths.